guys, this is Chris, and we're going to do 20-minute flexibility flow, and I'll be doing advanced moves, but you can modify them to allow your body to reach its limit, but not hurt yourself. So let's start with some deep breathing. Let your stomach expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. Little Brian's going to join us as well. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now we're moving into a cat and cow pose. We're going to inhale and give ourselves a little back bend, and exhale, contracting our stomach. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Moving on to a downward dog. Keep your back straight and your legs can bend. There's Brian showing us what a downward dog comes from. Keeping your neck aligned, looking down in between your legs and between your feet. And look forward in an inhale and hop or walk forward. Halfway up, exhale down, and slowly come up. Allow yourself to feel the movement and don't get a head rush. Give yourself a few seconds to let your blood flow. Inhaling back up. Exhaling down. Up with a straight back halfway. And exhaling down to Chaturanga. Looking forward and holding for a second and bringing yourself down for a Cobra. Inhaling into a Cobra. And exhaling into a downward dog. Paddling your legs, but keeping your back straight. It is not that necessary that your heels reach the floor, but as you get more flexible, you'll be able to do that. Or you can just keep your knees bent. And here's an all-American asana. This is the three-legged down dog. Bend your knee for a deeper stretch. And do the same on the other side. Bending your knee. And back to center at the top of your mat. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Hands to heart center. Breathe. And inhaling back up. And exhaling down. Inhale with straight back halfway. Exhaling down to Chaturanga. This time you hold, you don't go all the way down, and you inhale into an upward dog. Exhale into a downward dog. This is a Vinyasa. Here you can breathe. Continue warming up. One leg up, and bringing your knee all the way through your hands, and coming down to a low lunge. This is going to stretch your thighs and your groins, and it opens up your chest. This is great for a day after you've done a lot of strength training. Inhale, and you can bring yourself back this way, and this is a backwards bend, a back bend, but you don't have to. Exhaling with hands down. And now we're going into a lizard, a halfway lizard pose. You want to stretch your back leg and bring yourself back to a downward facing dog. Back straight, Paddle your legs. Allow yourself to get more and more flexible each time. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring your leg all the way through to a low lunge. And you can inhale up and do a back bend, or you can just stay in an upward position with your hands stretched upwards. And exhale back down into a halfway lizard pose where you just stretch your back leg off the floor. You can modify this to your level. Back to a downward dog. You're getting more and more flexible as you warm up. And walk or hop back up, halfway up, inhale, and exhale down. Inhale back up, and hands to heart center. Give yourself a few seconds. Inhale back up, and exhale down. We're going to go into another Vinyasa flow. Inhale halfway. Exhale down to Chaturanga. Keeping your entire body strong and inhaling up into an upward dog. Exhaling to downward dog. Paddle your legs. Keep your back straight. Raising one leg and bringing your knee all the way through your arms into a high lunge in a crescent variation. Inhaling up. Breathing deeply, getting comfortable in the position. Hands to heart center. Inhale and twist. Bring your hands to the center of your chest in order to increase the twist. And come back out. Inhale back up to warrior one. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale, inhale into reverse warrior. Exhale into an extended side angle pose. Bring your arms to the back in order to stretch your side even more. Inhaling back up. And straightening your legs to come to a triangle pose. You can keep your hands on your legs if you need to. And inhale back up and come to a reverse triangle. Inhaling back down. And we're going into a reverse triangle. Place your hand on the other side of your leg. And this is a big twist. It'll take strength and flexibility. Now come back down to downward dog. And Chaturanga. Upward dog. Back to downward dog. Lifting the other leg, repeating the same, bringing your knee all the way through to a high lunge crescent variation. Breathing deeply. Hands to heart center, inhaling and exhaling into a twist. As you can see, push the top hand into the bottom one so you can really twist all the way here. Coming back up to warrior one, and then warrior two, reverse warrior, exhale to an extended side angle. You can keep your arms on your leg. You can modify this pose in order to do it at your comfort level. Inhaling back up. And triangle pose. You can keep your knees bent if you need to. Modify it as you have to in order to do the pose at your comfort level. Reverse triangle. And now a twisting reverse triangle. You can see how it's done on the other side. This is a revolved triangle pose. And back down into a chaturanga and upward dog. And back to downward dog. Exhaling to downward dog. Paddling your legs a bit. Catch your breath. Now we're moving on to pigeon pose. So bring your knees all the way through. And make sure that your hips are centered and not leaning towards one side. Bring your feet out as square as it can go without hurting yourself. Breathing in and exhaling down for a deep bend. This is a pose where you breathe deeply, and this is a good stretcher for your hips. Coming back up in an inhale and setting up for mermaid pose. Grab a hold of your feet with your elbow and bring your hands to interlock and open your chest. Breathing, inhaling, and exhaling deeply. Unwinding, and in an inhale, come back up to downward dog. The other side, lifting the leg and bringing your knee all the way through and sideways. Make sure your hips are centered, not leaning too much into one side. Inhale and exhale deeply. And then if you can, fold forward. You can fold just as much as you're able to. Don't push yourself or hurt yourself. Breathing deeply here. And coming back up, preparing for mermaid. Bring your feet up to your elbow and interlace your hands and open your chest. This is a back bend and a leg and hip stretch. And unwinding and coming back up to a downward dog. Now we're going to move into a seated position. So bending one knee, bringing your feet up to your upper thigh of the other leg, back straight, inhale up, and exhale to the side. And the important thing is to lay your belly on your leg, not necessarily your head, and try to bring your body as close as you can to the knee. Holding on to your feet does help. And this is a variation you can do to open your back and go into an even deeper stretch. This is a good preparation pose for other poses that are much more advanced. We won't go into them here, but these are very good hip and back stretches. Legs, of course. Now folding back into the other side. Inhale up and exhale to the side into your legs. Remember not to hurt yourself here. Just go as far as you can go. And if you can go further than I can, do so. Just enjoy the movement. Enjoy the stretch. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling. Keeping a rhythm. Inhaling back up. Now we're going to do with both legs wide, keeping your back straight. Inhale up and exhale forward. Bringing your hands to the floor and walking them out just as far as you can go. If you can go further down, that's good. Otherwise, just go as far as you can. Keeping your back as straight as you can, and walk them back out. If you want to hold it for longer, you can. Coming to a downward dog and one-legged dog. Come all the way through to splits if you can. Otherwise, do another pigeon pose or any other one that you choose to. Inhale up. Exhale. Feel the stretch. And coming back out. Back to a downward dog. And the other leg up and all the way through to a split. Inhaling, breathing deeply. And slowly come out of whichever pose you were in, whether it was the splits or the pigeon. And let's go down, go up into a camel pose. And you can put something underneath your knees if necessary for more padding, but you want to bring your arms down to your feet and keep your hips as straight as possible upwards. This is a good back bend, bringing your neck back down, breathing. And to unwind, bring your hands up to your waist and unfold. Let's rest in child's pose. Breathing deeply. And from here, we're going to move to a bridge pose. So lay on your back. Bring your feet as close to your bottom as you can so that your hands can touch your feet. Bring your hips up in an inhale. And bring your hands together, interlace them, and stretch out your arms. And breathe deeply as your hips flex up. And there's Brian stealing the scene. And unwind back down. You can repeat this pose or bring your hands to your shoulders and come to a full wheel pose. Bring your hips up in an inhale. Keep your neck soft. Breathing deeply. You can lift your heels for a deeper stretch. And when you're ready to come back down, bring your chin into your chest and lower every part of your body. From here, we're going to go into a plow pose, halasana. So bring your legs up, your full body up, and support it with your arms. Keep your back as straight as you can. Keeping your legs strong, breathing deeply. And an inhale, slowly bring your legs forward, all the way down to the floor, if you can. And an inhale back up. I put my hands down, but it's not a good idea. Keep your hands supporting your back. And now bring your legs back down slowly again, all the way to the floor. And here you have the option of lowering your knees down into your head. And it looks funny, but it actually doesn't hurt once you have this level of flexibility. And bring your arms down, stretch out your legs, and bring your full body back down, one vertebra at a time. And from here, we're going into fish pose. You want to put your hand underneath your bottom and bend your back, looking forward. Bringing your knees to your chest. And outstretching one of your legs and stretching out the other one upwards, helping it with your arms. And here you can hold onto your toe with your leg either straight or with knee bent, and do another hip opener. Bring your legs as far back as they can go towards the floor, making sure that your hip is square to the floor, not lifting. And bring your leg back up and down. Let's repeat the same on the other side, bringing one knee to chest, that same leg comes up, pulling it towards your chest. This is basically a split in the air. Now, bringing your leg all the way to the side. If you can touch the floor, that's fine. Otherwise, it's okay too. And making sure that your hip stays on the ground on the other side. And coming back up. Let go. And back down to the floor. From here, we're going into our final pose, which is Sukhasana. Full relaxation. Breathe deeply. For as long as you want, take 3, 4, 5 minutes here. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy all the work that you've done. And if you couldn't do all these poses this time, you can do it next time if you keep practicing. Just take it one step at a time and enjoy this final pose of full relaxation. When you're ready, come back up. Thank you for following this, and I hope you found your Zen. I'll see you next time.